Coming up on Mountain News this morning, animal rights activists are asking the governor to veto a bill that would outlaw photography without consent in food facilities. And some police officers are spreading awareness of child maltreatment in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:30 on Wednesday, April 3rd. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
And a good Wednesday to you, Olivia. After the active day yesterday, first wave with a ton of severe weather reports. We were tracking that coming out of Louisville and Elizabethtown. Once we got out of the newscasts up until mid-morning with Cameron taking over and some help from KYT there at about 10:30. Then Cameron and Jim last night tracking that supercell out of northern Tennessee, coming up to Bell, Harlan, Letcher, Pike counties. And believe it or not, the highest wind gusts last night coming out of Harlan at 41 miles per hour, London Corbin Airport at 47 miles per hour. Moorhead, your wind gust was yesterday morning, and that was the same complex that moved into Virginia with that 92 mile per hour wind gust. In the meantime, active pattern continues the rest of the week. Colder air coming in, and got to talk about maybe some accumulations. Yes, in a few minutes. Cold front swinging through. Yes, as it does, there's still a few lingering, widely scattered showers. This action, though, moving toward us for the afternoon. Hour by hour, breaks of sunshine becoming breezy, scattered showers, maybe a thunder shower or two, a high of 53, not severe today. First Alert 7-day forecast. The weekend, brighter, warmer. We'll let you know in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. We now know the funeral arrangements for the man who was shot and killed in Perry County this past weekend. Visitation for Samuel Joseph Smith will be Thursday at 6 p.m. at Lots Creek United Baptist Church. The visitation will continue on Friday at 8 a.m. at the church. Smith's funeral will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. also at Lots Creek United Baptist. Smith was 38 years old. A touching tribute yesterday in Somerset. A procession carried home EMT Chasten McWhorter from Frankfort. The 23-year-old was one of the two people who died in a crash involving an ambulance and a semi in Garrett County. The investigation into the crash is ongoing. The patient in the ambulance, 75-year-old Robert Cottle, also died. The 2024 legislative session is currently in the veto period, but some animal rights activists are sounding the alarm about one bill sitting on the governor's desk. Senate Bill 16 aims to ban photos or videos from being taken without consent in commercial food facilities. Jeremy Toms talked with legislators and advocates about the bill.
Chickens being kicked, thrown, and stuffed into tight cages.
We go undercover to slaughterhouses, farms. We did not just see one farm doing something wrong. We saw multiple farms.
The group Mercy for Animals says they captured this treatment of 6-week-old chickens at Pilgrim's Contract Farms in Kentucky. The company serves the popular chains KFC and Popeyes.
People don't know where their food comes from. When these laws take place, then we can't show them.
But under a new Kentucky law, these videos would be criminalized.
Well, the goal is to protect them from sources that aren't friendly, and certainly terrorism, both domestic and abroad. And
Senator Robin Webb co-sponsored the legislation, which also penalizes unauthorized photos, audio recordings, and drone usage.
A bill like Senate Bill 16, could seek to discourage whistleblowers from reporting on worker safety issues, public safety issues, things like that.
The senator notes that employees and regulatory officers are excluded from these penalties.
so if you're performing your duties and you see a violation of law, certainly that would not chill the ability to report that.
But the investigative work of outside groups like Mercy for Animals would be forced out as a result of what they call ag-gag legislation.
We're not talking about small family farmers down the street in Kentucky. We're talking about big ag. We're talking about the large companies that are really in it for the profit.
Jeremy Thomas, WKYT.
Mercy for Animals is calling on Governor Beshear to veto the bill. We have reached out to Pilgrims for comment on this investigation's findings. They have not yet responded. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Kentucky State Police is working to raise awareness throughout the Commonwealth. KSP Post 10 in Harlan placed blue pinwheels in the yard to serve as symbols for child abuse prevention. Public Affairs Officer Shane Jacobs says he wants the children in Harlan County to know they are safe around police officers and wants kids to be comfortable enough to share things with him.
I want to make sure that every child, when they see me, they know that I'm there for them. I'm going to help them. And if they're having a problem at home or having a situation that's occurring to them, they can approach me and we're going to take care of it. And I'm going to help them and they're safe.
Jacob says it is important that everyone in the community gets involved in helping ensure that children grow up in a safe environment. To learn more about how you can get involved in your community to prevent child abuse, visit pcaky.org. The London Police Department is finding ways to build connections in the community. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked to two officers about how they are able to accomplish that.
They want to change an image often used of them in public.
There's a lot of times that we're out in the public and parents will say, you know, you better be good or I'm going to have him arrest you.
So the London Police Department has made it a priority to change that image.
What we do is we really put an emphasis on getting out and getting to know people and getting to talk to them and bringing a more human element.
Hopkins serves as the community policing coordinator. He says his duties are building those connections.
Allowing them to be comfortable being able to come up to us and want to give us information and want to talk to us about something that may be going on.
There are activities they are planning as well.
We're starting our Citizens Academy for this year. It's going to be coming up in May. We also do National Night Out, which is a national event in August that it's actually geared towards the community.
Already says the Police Academy will begin May 7th in London. Channel Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, on the other side of the state, the National Weather Service confirmed an EF1 tornado touchdown yesterday morning in Nelson County. It hit northeast of the Chaplin community with winds of 90 miles per hour. Our sister station in Louisville found a home severely damaged off Lawrenceburg Road. The home just happened to be on the market, and it didn't take long before people started showing up to help with the cleanup. Friends, family, neighbors. One man was even working with a baby strapped to his back.
Most all of us grew up here together, so if anybody needs anything, we're there for them. Yeah, I run a trucking company, and my brother called and said, "Hey, need a truck up there." I said, "I'll be up there in just a few minutes." So we brought the truck, and sisters here, brothers here, a lot of neighbors, everybody around. Yeah.
According to Governor Andy Beshear's office, an EF1 tornado also touched down in Anderson County. There is major damage in the town of Sunbright, Tennessee, which is northwest of Knoxville. The National Weather Service says a tornado did touch down there. Officials say no injuries were reported. This was the same storm that later prompted several tornado warnings in parts of the Cumberland Valley. Some businesses were impacted by the strong winds in Jessamine County. No one was hurt, but people will be spending time trying to repair and clean up the damage caused by yesterday's storms. Winds picked up and tossed out buildings around like toys. One man with Kentucky Trailer and Shed Authority was on his way to work when he saw a mess of broken wood along with sheds being flipped over. He estimated there was about $50,000 in damage from the event. And this severe weather comes almost exactly 50 years after a devastating storm outbreak on April 3rd and 4th, 1974. A tornado outbreak hit the eastern half of the U.S. It caused more than $5 billion worth of damage and killed 319 Americans. Parts of our western viewing area were affected. 71 Kentuckians were killed.
And a good Wednesday to you. Right now in Hazard, it is 48. We have dropped 5 degrees over the last couple of hours. That must mean the cold front is out to our east, and it's approaching Charleston and pushing through Clintwood and Wise. Here's more colder air and a sign of things to come as we look back toward Irvin, Moorhead, and, well, New Circle Road and Lexington to boot too. A few widely scattered showers, especially as you make your way toward Pike and Letcher counties. The action will become more widespread as we head through the afternoon as the upper level feature continues to track southeastward. Let's get you out the door for today. Yeah, we'll get some breaks of sunshine. It'll become breezy. Scattered showers, maybe a thunder shower and a high today in Hazard up to 53. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast. Oh, you know, you always look forward to a Friday. You may not on this 7-day forecast. I'll explain why in a few moments. Olivia?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Overnight, the strongest earthquake in 2 decades hit Taiwan, sending the island and its neighbors into a state of panic.